What's going on, my people? This your boy Young Twin in the building. We got a story coming out of Florida today about an immigrant on a job site just doing his job. I'll let you guys see it before I go on my commentary.
At one of his job sites in Wilton Manors. The contractor says one man was handcuffed and taken away. CBS's Miami's Joe Gorcha was live now in Wilton Manors with how he is moving forward from this story and what he describes as pretty harrowing, Joe.
Jim, on Friday morning, Jeb Schaefer says he received an unexpected call. He says one of his subcontractors at a job site here in Wilton Manors said that there were federal agents there. So what did Schaefer do? He rushed over trying to defuse the tension. A man records, informing agencies doing so because they're on private property. It's a job site Jeb Schaefer of Schaefer Construction hired subcontractors to work on.
Like family to you. So it's very upsetting to see that.
Schaefer tells us federal agents took one of the workers away in handcuffs on Friday. We see the man wearing a white shirt being guided away by a federal agent.
I'm told that, yeah, he's lived in the United States for 15 years, this guy. And again, he's got a wife, he's got a kid.
Schaefer tells us his subcontractor is up against the wall in this video in a yellow shirt with federal agents standing in front of him. Then we see Schaefer coming into view, wearing a dark red collared shirt, filming and observing.
And he was trying to get, his guy's cell phone so that he could get it to his guy's wife.
He told everyone to pack up and go from the job site for the day after it all unfolded.
I'd like to find out what the circumstances were that, allowed them to come and take him, because I want to educate myself.
So we spoke with an...
What were the circumstances why they came and took him? Because he wants to educate himself. No, you want to figure out how you can keep your workers. That's what you want to do. But I'll let this continue and I'll come back. Come on.
Immigration attorney who walks us through what to know when federal agents arrive on your private work site, business, or home.
They have to have a warrant signed by a magistrate or a judge. And if they do not have a warrant signed by a magistrate or a judge, you do not have to let them in.
Immigration attorney Angel.
Notice he said if they do not have a warrant, you do not have to let them in. But they're outside, sir. They're outside working, and ICE, I'm sure ICE is gonna violate all of that. Lawyer.
Joe Leal tells us you can let federal agents in without showing a warrant. It's up to you as the business owner or homeowner. Once agents are in, Leal says you have the right to remain silent.
Part of your right to remain silent is not standing where they tell you to sign if you happen to be undocumented, because that's a form of expression.
And he adds everyone has the right to speak to an attorney first.
Stay calm, do not resist, invoke your constitutional rights. Everyone in this country, independent of their immigration status, has their constitutional rights.
And Leal also mentions for business owners moving forward that they have to make sure that they're in compliance with the E-Verify laws here in the state of Florida and make sure that the I-9s are in order. And as for Schaefer, he says...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not going to work because, ICE is going to see this and they're going to come up with something totally different to execute the warrant. But I want to tell you guys a situation that I'm definitely... that I experienced some years back. I used to stay down there in Georgia, Beaufort, South Carolina, Hilton Head Island, all down there. And when I was down there, I would see a lot of rich white men. And they had nice big trucks. You see, in the South, it's really, really hot. Really hot. I used to see grown men throwing up like babies because of the heat. There's no shade. The Georgia heat is no joke. And, those Mexicans can take it. They can get out there. They be out there in corduroys, jeans, drinking tequila, and the heat don't even bother them. But anyway, you always have the white man in his truck with his tinted windows, drinking his cool drink. And I worked for the power company out there down there, all through Beaufort, South Carolina, and Georgia. And we would pull up with our truck. I worked for a company. We had a huge line truck, and we would pull up. It'll be but this was maybe 20 years ago. So I know what's going down now. This was 20 years ago. They will all be standing at the gas station, just standing there. And a white man will pull up with his truck, and they all will fight to get on the back of the truck. And he'll get how many he could. Maybe he can only get 3. Maybe he can only get 4. Maybe he can get 10. He'll get what he wanted, and he'll pull off. Now, these white and rich men would get these workers, and they were illegal. They wasn't, they've been doing this for years. A lot of people saying Trump is not going to get rid of these migrants, these immigrants, because all his friends own companies, and he don't want his friends to not have nobody to work for him. Let me tell you something, man. Trump is not playing no games, man. Okay, he don't care who you is. Trump don't care about that. Okay. As you can see, he not playing no games. He don't care who you is. These white men have been capitalizing over these immigrants for years. Now they're looking for laws to try to figure out how they can protect their workers. He's been over here for 15 years. He talking to the reporter like this guy is family. He might be family. I don't know these people. But I do know how this thing works because I remember I worked for the power company. These people would build 7 houses a day. Not the whole house, but they would put the frames up. And in these subdivisions, they have a certain house. They might build 100 of the same houses. So they would just own it. And they would build like 7 houses a day, sometimes 5. I think the highest they got were maybe 7 houses every day. And then they'll come back and you have the plumbing crew, the drywall crew, the electricity crew, the roof crew. And they were all Mexicans. You had, they'll call the white people in there to do the last walkthroughs and stuff like the big dog stuff. The white man will come through in their big trucks and make sure, Mexicans didn't have that. But I remember it. And I remember the Mexicans would be on trucks. It'd be hundreds of them. Just spread across the plain. Because when people buy subdivisions, they get a bulldozer to come in there and knock down all the trees. And when they get done with it, it's nothing. It's no shade. It's just hot, red dirt, clay. And you just out there working. Trucks and plumbers and every it's a crew for everything. Well, what I did, we put in the power lines, the fiber optic lines, conduits, cable lines. That's what we did. We put the power in the ground. That's what we did. And I just remember seeing all of those Mexicans jump on the back of those trucks. I sure did. And then they'll drop them off back at, and they'll be back the next morning. These men have been getting they've been getting rich for a while off these migrants. These men right here. That's how they look. And he's out there like he's concerned. I want to know what they're doing with my men. Yeah, because you don't want to pay American workers. There's a lot of American people that can do jobs. White boys. Let me say this. One thing I found out about Georgia and South Carolina, and I didn't know this because I'm a city boy. I had no idea. They got some country boys down there that can get down. They can run a backhoe. They can run a track hoe. They know how to read blueprints. See, the stuff I learned down south, when I came back up north, they wouldn't even give me a job for the power company. They'll let you do it down south because you don't get paid as much and you work like a dog. In the north, if you get a electricity job, you're a king. You know. As soon as I got back to where I am, they didn't even give me. I went in there and applied for an application. I can feel them laughing at me as I was filling out the application. I can feel that they were like, "Niggas, you serious? Are you really serious? We not giving you a job." Why? Because they get the chance to sit in trucks, air conditioner, smoke their cigarettes, go to the Coney Island, talk to their wives, sit in the truck. I know we had our days when we sat in the truck, especially when it rained on those line trucks. And then, hurricane season down south, we sat in the truck a lot back there in those woods. Sure did. But I say that to say this: those guys, they don't do any work. They don't want to pay people. They got pools. These rich white guys, they got pools, kids, family. It's nothing wrong with that. But they rather do that cheap labor. I mean, I think everybody would. But these guys got the money. They're millionaires. I can see if you're just starting a company. Then you get out there and talk to, I've been in business for 20, 30 years. All right, man, well, where the money at? Break bread. Break bread. But yeah, man, so for all you people that say that Donald Trump is not going to get these immigrants out here because he wants his rich white friends to keep their workers, that's not entirely true, ladies and gentlemen. It's not entirely true. Anyway, man, like and subscribe to the channel. We love having y'all here. If you're new to the channel, we discuss politics. We have fun about different things. Like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate y'all. Y'all take it easy. Peace.